Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Yamgela, a wellness counselor with a qualification in psychology from the University of Cape Town and over 5 years experience running my own wellness practice. Today, we're going to talk about bouncing back, emotional resilience and coping strategies. Now, emotional resilience doesn't mean you never struggle or that you're always calm. It means you face life's ups and downs without being completely knocked over. It's that inner strength that helps you bounce back, maybe not instantly, but eventually, with greater self awareness and compassion. So let's explore 5 key ways to build emotional resilience, practical, powerful tools you can start using right away. Number one is accept that challenges are part of life. Let's start here because this is the mindset shift that makes everything else possible. So many of us go through life hoping we can avoid pain, difficulty, or disappointment. But challenges are part of the human experience. They don't mean you failed, they just mean you're alive. When we resist reality, when we say, this shouldn't be happening, we suffer more. But when we accept that hardship is a natural part of growth, we can meet it with curiosity, not just fear. So ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How might this shape me in a new way? Acceptance isn't giving up. It's letting go of the fight against reality so you can face it with more energy and intention. Number two is to strengthen your support system. Here's the truth. You don't have to do life alone. Resilient people lean on others. They talk to someone when things feel heavy, whether it's a friend, therapist, family member, or a spiritual mentor. You don't need a huge circle. You just need a few safe people who really see you. Sometimes just saying, I'm not okay right now, opens the door to healing. If you're listening to this and feeling like I don't have that kind of support, that's okay too. You can start small, join a community group, reach out to someone you trust, or even send that text you've been overthinking. Connection builds resilience. You don't have to carry it all alone. And number three is practice mindfulness to stay grounded. Mindfulness is the practice of coming back to the present moment, especially when life feels overwhelming. It might sound simple, but when you're spiraling with anxiety about the future or regret about the past, mindfulness can be the anchor that holds you steady. So try this. Pause, take a deep breath, ask yourself, what's happening right now? Not in my imagination, but here in this moment. You might notice your feet on the ground, the way your breath moves in and out, a bird singing outside your window. These moments bring you back to now, and now is the only place where healing and resilience can grow. There are so many ways to practice mindfulness: meditation, breathwork, journaling, even mindfulness walks. It's less about doing it perfectly and more about coming home to yourself. And number four is focus on what you can control. One of the fastest ways to feel powerless is to try to control things that are outside your control, either people's behavior, the economy, the future, or the past. But when you shift your focus to what you can influence, that's where your power lives. Ask yourself, can I control this situation? If not, what can I control? Maybe you can't control someone else's reaction, but you can control how you respond. You can't erase a tough experience, but you can choose how to process it, how to take care of yourself, and how to move forward. Resilient people don't waste energy on things they can't change. They invest in what they can, which is their mindset, their behaviors, and their healing. And number five is to build routines that support emotional stability. Here's the truth we don't talk about enough. Emotional health is deeply connected to physical habits. Think of your body and mind as a team. If one is out of sync, the other feels it too. So ask yourself, am I getting enough sleep? Am I eating foods that nourish me? Am I moving my body even gently each day? You don't even have to overhaul your whole life. Start with small shifts. A consistent bedtime, a 10-minute walk, or drinking more water. These simple routines create a foundation that your emotional resilience can stand on, especially during hard times. So, to recap, here are 5 tools to build emotional resilience. Accept that challenges are part of life, strengthen your support system, practice mindfulness to stay grounded, focus on what you can control, and build routines that support your emotional health. Now, let's talk about turning setbacks into comebacks. Because let's be real, life doesn't always go the way we planned. Whether it's a missed opportunity, a breakup, a financial struggle, or personal failure, setbacks can shake us, but they don't have to break us. In fact, many of the strongest, wisest, most grounded people I know all got that way because they grew through something hard. So, how do we shift from why is this happening to me to how can this shape me? Let's break it down. First, we need to see setbacks as setups for growth. Let that sink in for a moment. Your setback might actually be setting you up. It might be setting you up to learn boundaries, to grow resilience, to reconnect with your values, to take a new path you never would have chosen on your own. It's not toxic positivity, it's perspective. You don't have to like the setback, but you can begin to ask, what is this moment trying to teach me? That question alone shifts your energy from defeat to growth. You can pause and reflect before you rush to fix it or numb it. Pause. Take a breath, feel the disappointment, the sadness, the anger without judgment in it. Then ask, what happened here? What part did I play, and what was out of my control? What lesson is this? Sometimes the setback is showing us where we need more clarity, more healing, or more courage. Journaling can be a powerful tool here. Even just jotting down, this is what I'm feeling today, and this is what I'm learning, can give you surprising insights. 3, break big problems into smaller steps. One of the most overwhelming parts of a setback is that it can feel massive, like too much to deal with all at once. But remember this, you don't have to climb the whole mountain in one day. Take it step by step. And maybe the first step is sending that one email or getting out of bed or asking for help. Then the next step and the next step. Progress isn't always loud or dramatic. Often it's slow and quiet, but still powerful. Okay? Also celebrate small wins along the way. When we recover from a setback, we often downplay our progress, but celebrating small wins is key to motivation and healing. Did you finally have that hard conversation? That's a win. Did you go a full day without spiraling into self-doubt? That's another win. Did you show up even when it was hard? That counts. These small moments build momentum. They remind you you're not stuck, you're rebuilding, and rebuilding takes strength. And stay patient. Healing and progress take time. Here's the truth. There's no quick fix. Turning a setback into a comeback isn't a one-week process. It's layered, it's non-linear. You might feel strong one day and shaky the next day, and that's normal. So stay patient with yourself and give yourself grace. Now let's explore one of the most powerful mindsets we can cultivate during hard times, a growth mindset. Growth mindset is the belief that we can learn, evolve, and grow, even when things are tough. It doesn't mean denying difficulty. It means trusting that effort, reflection, and kindness toward yourself can lead transformation. Here are 5 simple but powerful shifts you can make starting today. 1, replace I can't with I'm learning how to. Words matter. When you say I can't, you shut the door on possibility. But when you say I'm learning how to, you open space for growth. So instead of I can't deal with stress, try I'm learning how to manage stress in healthier ways. This shift may seem small, but it builds confidence, curiosity, and self-compassion. 2, view failures as feedback and not the end. Here's a gentle truth. Failure is not the end. It's feedback. If it's your life saying this path didn't work, try another one. Or you're not ready yet. Keep growing. Every mistake, every rejection, every wrong turn has something to teach us. So instead of seeing failure as a stop sign, see it as a guidepost, pointing you to your next lesson. 3, surround yourself with positivity and encouragement. Who you let into your emotional space matters. In tough times, you need people who speak life into you, people who remind you of your worth, and people who hold space for your pain without judgment. That might be a friend, a therapist, a faith community, or even a book or podcast that uplifts you. And 4, keep trying. Effort leads to improvement. Progress isn't always instant, but effort compounds. Each time you try again, even if it feels messy or slow, you are building inner strength. Whether you're trying to heal, start a new habit, or rebuild your confidence, the key is consistency over perfection. So show up, even if it's just 10%. Show up again tomorrow, that's 20%. Eventually, you'll look back and realize you've grown. And number 5, be kind to yourself during the process. Growth is not linear, healing is not tidy, and life is not a straight line. So let's drop the pressure to get it right and instead ask, how can I be kind to myself today? And finally, let's deep dive into the often invisible wounds we carry, emotional pain, rejection, and how to practice emotional first aid. We've all been there. A harsh breakup, a job that didn't come through, a friendship that faded, a space where we weren't chosen or understood. And while we're quick to tend to our scraped knee or broken bone, we often ignore the wounds we can't see. But here's the truth: emotional pain needs care too. So let's explore 5 steps for emotional first aid. Gentle ways to begin the healing process when your heart feels heavy. 1, acknowledge your emotions. Don't bottle them up. You don't have to be fine all the time. You don't need to pretend it doesn't hurt. The first step to healing is honesty. So say it out loud or whisper it to yourself, okay? Naming what you feel creates space for it to move rather than get stuck inside. Number 2 is write it out. Journaling helps release emotional tension. So grab a pen and paper and let it pour out. Write without judgment and let it be messy. Let it be emotional and raw. You're not writing for anyone else, you're writing for release. Okay, so here's some prompts you can use if you feel stuck. You can start by going, right now I feel, or what I wish I could say is, or the part that hurts the most is. Journaling turns emotional chaos into clarity. You see your thoughts, you process them, you lighten the weight. 3, talk to a counselor or someone you trust. You don't have to carry this alone. Sometimes healing begins when you say something out loud and someone simply says, I hear you. That makes sense and I'm here. That someone could be a friend, a family member, a support group, or a professional counselor. You deserve to be heard, you deserve to heal in safe spaces, and you deserve care, just like anyone else. 4, avoid self-blame. Rejection doesn't define your worth. Rejection hurts, and sometimes it tricks us into thinking it wasn't good enough. This must be my fault, or maybe I'm just not lovable. But pause, breathe, and remember this. Rejection is about circumstances, not your value as a person. It's okay to grieve what didn't work out. Just don't let it rewrite your self-worth. And number 5, do something kind for yourself. Self-compassion is key. After any emotional wound, you need care, not criticism. So ask, what would comfort me right now? What small act of kindness can I offer myself? Maybe it's taking a warm shower, making your favorite meal, watching a show that makes you laugh, or simply saying to yourself, I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough today. Self-compassion is not indulgence, it's medicine for the soul. So to recap, building emotional resilience isn't about avoiding pain, it's about learning how to bounce back stronger. Setbacks can be powerful turning points if we choose to grow through them. A growth mindset helps us to stay flexible and hopeful during life's challenges, and when we're hurting, emotional first aid helps us heal, not hide. And remember, resilience is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice.